Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux with Bill's War Game World, and we're at Fort Halifax, and I am with Dennis McKibben. Dennis, take it away.
Hi Bill. This weekend we're at Fort Halifax along the Susquehanna River that you see behind me. The Susquehanna at this time was the major trade route and waterway for this region of central Pennsylvania. It was used by a lot of the local tribes, the Delaware, the Susquehannock, the Shawnee, as well as Iroquois traveling back and forth through the area. And I'm sure a lot of tribes from down south that a lot of the names escape me right at the moment. Fort Halifax was never under attack. It was actually a supply post for Fort Augusta, farther north up here. And I don't think either one of them saw any major attacks other than the natives doing some pot shots at Fort Augusta from the cliff sides on the other side of the river. I'm one of the reenactors, native reenactors from central Pennsylvania, and I have to say that most of the native reenactors that work in this area, work in Pennsylvania, are actually very good at what they do. A lot of people don't realize the amount of work that goes into doing native reenacting because there's not a lot of documentation available, at least not near as much as what there is for the French and the English. Everything has to be sought out and gone after with a very extreme intent on doing that. And the reenactors here in Pennsylvania do a very good job of it. And a lot of people don't realize that the material that we use to document and support what we do is the exact same material that most of the universities and colleges in Pennsylvania use to teach their own history courses in their students, and the ones that they use for the PhDs of these professors that are teaching in these colleges. Because the first person documentation doesn't change. There's only so much of it available. So as it's available to the general public, it's the prime source for the reenactors here in Pennsylvania to use for, like I said, setting up the trails and doing what they do.
Oh, Dennis, can I ask you one quick question before we, I know you need to get going to talk to the tourists, but I see you're holding a musket. Why in the world is it blue? Can you just cover that for me before we say goodbye?
All right, this is a what they call a trade musket. It's one of the cheap models, okay? It's not one that would be given to a prominent warrior or a chief. And although the natives like the color, the main reason for painting it like this is simply to cover up the defects in the wood, to make it more presentable to the people that you're trying to sell it to, much like they would paint an axe handle red and try to cover up any defects in that.
All right. Well, Dennis, thank you very much. I know we have a lot of people showing up here in a little bit. We need to get ready. Everyone stay safe, be kind, and be courteous. And thank you again, Dennis, for the interview. Bye-bye, everyone.